Okay, so after my last video about the MegaFM, I got a few questions about how it compares to other FM synths, mainly the classics from Yamaha and the Digitone. Now, I don't have a Digitone, but I do have a Yamaha TX81Z in the rack here that I thought I'd compare head to head with the MegaFM. So the way I got it set up here is that I've mapped, so the MegaFM sends CCs on all its controls, and I did mapping in Midiflow on the iPad that translates the CCs to the Sysex messages that the Yamaha wants. The MegaFM is actually quite a good controller for synths like the TX81Z, because the architecture is quite similar, because they're based on chips from the same era. I mean, the TX81 obviously is from the 80s, and the parameter ranges are pretty much the same, with just a few differences. Like the algorithms are all the same, in the same positions even. One difference is that the MegaFM only does whole step ratios, so it goes from 0.5 and then in full steps up to 15, whereas the TX81Z goes, well, the Yamaha does fractional steps from 0.5 up to 25. So for this video I mapped it so that it's the control messages that are sent to the Yamaha are quantized to whole steps, and it's also limited to from 0.5 to 15. So it's both synths have exactly the same parameters. And I'll be uploading the Midiflow mapping so you can try it for yourself, or maybe use it as a starting point to map other controllers or whatever. But without much further ado, let's give a listen to the synths. So starting with the Yamaha, so we put operator 1 on full level and listen to just pure operator output. So the thing is with the MegaFM is that if we put the operator on full, it will overdrive quite a lot. So that's gonna sound quite fuzzy. And the way to control this is either to turn down the main volume until it doesn't distort noticeably, at least. But then the output level will be quite low, so the other way around it is to just keep the operator level at 54, 55-ish out of 63, and then turn up the main volume to compensate. So here we're listening to the MegaFM basic tone compared to the Yamaha MegaFM. So you can hear definitely a little bit fuzzier, a little bit overdriven. The Yamaha is like a very pure sine wave. Lots, definitely more harmonics going on in the MegaFM from the start. And again, you can turn it down to get like a cleaner, even cleaner tone, but then your output level is gonna be quite low, unfortunately. So the noise might be a little bit too distracting. But anyways, quite a nice basic sound on the MegaFM. A little bit more harmonics in there from the start. And then let's check out operator feedback. So we're on the operator 1 that has the feedback on both of the synths, and on the Yamaha you can hear it's really quite subtle, like you can almost not hear it until it's on like 5 or 6 out of 7, and then a little bit sort of sawtoothy that we expect from operator feedback. And compare this to the MegaFM. It has much wider range on the feedback. So it goes from the sort of pure sine wave and starts getting a bit noticeable around 3 or 4, and then at 6 basically saw wave, and going to 7 it's almost into overmodulation with the fundamental dropping out. So at full feedback, this is MegaFM and this is TX81. So quite a big difference there. Okay, turn that down. Okay, so let's try just a simple 2-operator FM stack and see how that sounds. So starting on the Yamaha. Compared to the MegaFM, so a bit thinner here. So here is MegaFM. Yamaha. So some difference there. MegaFM, a little bit richer maybe in harmonics, but the Yamaha I think it has a little bit more, goes a little bit deeper, probably because the sine waves are more pure. Okay, let's try that with some envelope, make a little bass patch. So we drop the sustain level, drop the decay. Now we're on the MegaFM here. Yamaha. Back to the MegaFM. Let's add some feedback as well. Almost gives like a resonance type of sound. back to the Yamaha. So here again the feedback is not nearly as noticeable. MegaFM, Yamaha. But so one thing to note with the MegaFM, if we turn up the release here to get a bit of a release tail, listen to that. It gets quite sort of crunchy and into this quantization noise when it approaches like the 0 level on the DACs. I think it's probably because of the 9-bit converters. So I think personally that this sounds really good, especially when you're playing polyphonically. It sort of cross-modulates in a really interesting way. It sort of feels a little bit like some kind of electroacoustic resonance type thing, where the Yamaha is like, you know, it's super. Even though the TX81Z maybe is not considered like the cleanest of the FM classics, it's still, you know, in comparison, it's you know, it doesn't have any artifacts of that kind. But overall, a much sort of rounder sound from the Yamaha here. Of course, much rougher, but then we can also check out. Let's drop the release here again, and with like bass patches and stuff. Of course, one little trick with the MegaFM is that we can push up the operator output to max, and then we get like a really nice bite from the overdrive. And comparing that to the Yamaha, doesn't have that. But I mean, it sounds really nice too. It goes like really nice deep bass. So yeah. Yamaha and MegaFM full operator output. I'd like to dial that down a bit. Get somewhere in between as well. So there's another interesting thing about the feedback on the MegaFM, and that's like we push up the feedback here. If we take the operator output up to beyond where it starts to overdrive, you get this like almost white noise, which is pretty much impossible to get on the Yamaha. Like also if we do like really crazy like full full stacked modulation. I have to drop the volume a little bit there, so it's loud. So the MegaFM is capable of getting like almost like a pure white noise. Like if we drop the envelope here, we can get like pretty good drum sounds and percussion and stuff like that. And if we compare that to the Yamaha, it's like it's much more tonal. Although you can still get some quite good noise, but I think here is also where you get like this good benefit from the overdrive, so it gets like a bit more, like even more noisy. It's kind of more, yeah, a little bit more tonal and metallic to my ears, at least on the Yamaha. So this is Yamaha. That's Yamaha. That's MegaFM. Okay, and finally let's try some like pad style detuned oscillators in parallel and see how that sounds. So we got three operators in parallel modulated by operator 1. Where we at? We're on the Yamaha. Let's drop down the modulation level. Gonna get some kind of slower attack.
2,000 years later.
Okay, let's see how that stacks up to the MegaFM then. Okay, so how do we sum this up? Well, to my ears, the MegaFM is kind of well, it has this sort of overdriven sound that you can get quite clean with it, but you can't get like completely pure like on the Yamaha. On the other hand, it tends to sound a little bit more like sort of sawtoothy, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, musical maybe. The Yamaha tends to sound quite like, because it's more, the sine waves seem more pure, it tends to sound more like resonancy, a little bit more like metallic, clangy, whereas I think the Mega FM is quite, yeah, it's more buzzy, fuzzy, kind of I don't know, warmer maybe is a good word, but on the other hand, the Yamaha seems to go a little bit deeper in the bass. The Mega FM tends to lose a little bit of the bass when you turn up the modulation, and even in the pure tone, I think. Personally, I really like the grit in the converters. It gives it a little bit, also a bit more character. Like with the Yamaha, it's I mean, it's very like clean, pure, and that's my experience with other classic FM synths as well. It's quite nice to have to be able to sort of overdrive it a little bit more, get a little bit more like fuzzy tone. It's really good with organs and electric pianos, which kind of the sort of specialty of FM patches, and also of course very useful for sort of like more analog sounding bass. Not that you would use an FM synth instead of an analog if you want analog bass, but you know what I mean, I guess. But yeah, I mean, overall, you know, it's just super fun to have like all the parameters, you know, at the touch of a fader or a knob. I mean, programming the Yamaha is, you know, it's a completely different game compared to doing it over on the like little buttons on the front panel. So yeah, I mean, it doubles, the Mega FM doubles quite well as a controller for this type of FM 4 operator FM synth. Yeah, like of course we didn't touch upon like the Yamaha here has some additional waveforms that make it, so gives it a more sonic capabilities, of course. And it does like fractional ratios, but yeah, so that's maybe could be seen as a limitation on the Mega FM. On the other hand, the Mega FM, we'll get into that because that's kind of off topic for this video, but it does have these 3 LFOs that you can assign to any parameter, which is I think not so common among FM synths, especially not the classics, I think. So yeah, there you have it. That was the Twisted Electrons MegaFM compared to the Yamaha TX81Z with the same parameters on both machines. So hope you find that interesting. Gives you an idea of how the Mega FM sounds, and Yamaha as well for that matter. So yeah, let's just let's listen to a few of the sounds to end the video.